So it turns out that the billionaire screenwriter, movie producer, director, and self-proclaimed man of God, Tyler Perry, is being sued for a jaw-dropping $260 million. Why? For allegedly essaying actor Derek Dixon. So if you've been paying attention to the headlines lately, you must have heard that Tyler Perry been slammed with a heavy essay lawsuit. And I'm not talking about no small-time case, this is a $260 million bombshell. The man behind it? Derek Dixon. And according to court documents, this ain't just some random actor looking for clout. He says Tyler used his position, his power, and his billion-dollar status to push up on him behind the scenes while he was working full-time on the Oval. Now let's keep it all the way real. According to Derek, Tyler wasn't just playing boss on set, he was allegedly out here trying to be sugar daddy, bedroom bully, and casting couch creep all in one. Word is, Tyler was blowing up this man's phone with some real crazy messages. One text allegedly said, "I got that big D that makes bottoms go crazy. That's wild coming from your boss. Ain't no HR for that." And Tyler? He wasn't being shy. Dude allegedly wanted a no-strings situation, just someone he could call up when he was in the mood to get down. Word is he wanted Derek to be his boy toy. But Derek wasn't stupid. He says he peeked at what was going on early. He saw how Tyler kept it cute, friendly, flirty, but calculated. Derek says he didn't want to lose his job, especially since folks knew Tyler had a habit of writing characters off quick if you didn't play along, so instead of pressing back hard, Derek kept things light, just enough to keep his spot on the show. But behind the scenes, man was collecting receipts like a silent assassin. He played the long game. And now, that $260 million lawsuit is the big payoff. Now here's where it gets darker. Derek says the first time things got physical was when Tyler invited him over for drinks. They were chillin', drinking, and then Tyler allegedly convinced him to stay the night instead of driving home drunk. Derek crashes, thinking it's just that, but nah. Tyler allegedly slid into bed next to him, started rubbing on him, and tried to turn the sleepover into something else entirely. Derek claims he shut that down, said he wasn't with it, but even after that he still took the full-time role when it was offered. That's when Tyler allegedly got bolder. Now he's texting about positions, writing roles for Derek that hit way too close to home. Gave him a character playing a desperate gay store clerk who sleeps with a dude for a place to stay. Sound familiar? Derek saw through it. He says Tyler invited him again to his crib, gave him some warm drink to relax, and then just straight up grabbed him by the throat and asked if he liked it rough. Man, that's not flirting. That's something else entirely. And Derek still ain't react how some folks would've. He kept playing it cool, pretending like everything was fine. But Tyler allegedly wasn't getting what he wanted, and that frustration started showing. Suddenly Derek's character in the Oval gets a script where he's shot 4 times, he peaked that fast. Tyler was trying to erase him from the show, all because he wouldn't fold. One time, Tyler invited him into his trailer for drinks again. Derek knew what time it was. Says Tyler got physical again, pushed him against the wall and started grabbing his butt. Derek says he froze. Couldn't even move. And Tyler told him to leave after seeing that look on his face. But even after that, Derek kept showing up when Tyler invited him. That's the part that got folks divided. Next thing you know, Tyler's flying the whole cast out to a private island. And of course Derek goes. Tyler's still on the same wave, complimenting pics, throwing slick lines like, "You don't see the stud in that picture." Derek says that while they were on the island, Tyler groped him again. He froze up again. Same story. This time, Tyler allegedly tells him to strip down to try on some weight monitoring gadget. Tyler had guns in the house, security, size, and control. Derek used the food excuse to get out, then hid in the guest house bathroom for the night. After that, Tyler switched up. He started sending a storm of apology texts, talking about making things right, offering to raise his pay, promising to produce Derek's show. It wasn't no act of kindness, that looked like hush money in motion. Keep quiet, stay paid. And now we get to Christian Keys. This part got everybody raising eyebrows. In the lawsuit, Derek claims Tyler did the same thing with Christian. Tossed roles, favors, and hush offers. Now Christian ain't confirmed nothing, hasn't responded publicly, but his name is all up in those papers. Derek's saying Keys got bought off, just like Tyler tried to do with him. According to the filings, there were text messages and payments made, things that don't look clean. This wasn't a one-off situation, this was a pattern, a playbook. Tyler Perry got Hollywood in his pocket, studio lot, box office hits, billionaire status, gospel crowd support. Folks never expected to see him involved in a scandal like this. If Keys really was paid off to stay quiet, the question becomes, how many others were? People in the industry are already whispering. This lawsuit got names, receipts, and behind-the-scenes behavior. If even half of it turns out to be legit, this is the kind of thing that don't go away quietly. But it gets even messier because Christian had already hinted years back about a major Hollywood power player pulling the same creepy moves. You remember when Christian told that wild story? The one where he was passed out in a guest room after sipping Hennessy, and this so-called Hollywood heavyweight tried clapping his cheeks real hard? That's not clout chasing, that's trauma. He said the dude apologized, blamed the alcohol, and tried to act like it was nothing. But then, as Christian was leaving, this man allegedly tried to grab his junk like it was a handshake. Now that's predator behavior, plain and simple. This ain't one of those, he said industry rumors. Christian said he got audio proof. He said you can hear the guy's voice offering him $100,000 to strip. Now, line that up with what Derek's saying in his lawsuit. It ain't just matching, it's damn near copy-paste. And you ain't gotta be a detective to connect the dots. Christian and Tyler were also beefing around the same time over All the Queen's Men. Christian helped create that show, and allegedly Tyler tried to muscle it away from him. Christian pushed back, and that's when the whistleblowing talk started. That's when folks say Tyler got spooked. So what happens next? Money gets moved, Christian gets quiet, and Tyler allegedly walks away clean, for a while. But here's the part that hits different. If this is true, if Tyler really did pay Christian off and threaten him, then that's no longer just a power issue. That's straight-up abuse with a check attached. Tyler's been moving untouchable for years. But power without accountability? That turns real dark real quick. He built his brand off of broken black families, strong black women, and the church. But behind all that gospel and healing, was there always some twisted control play going on? Now folks, this ain't about hating on a successful black man. Don't get it twisted. This is about checking the ones we lift up, especially when they start acting like they can do whatever they want. Because if Christian's silence was bought, then how many others took that same check and kept it moving? How many actors slept on those couches, got them cheek clapped, hoping for a role, and walked away with regret instead of a script? Looks like things is just starting to unfold. And if Tyler Perry thought writing characters gave him control over real people, well, he's about to learn the hard way. Because the streets are watching now. And lawsuits like this, they don't just disappear. And trust the online community, they've been loud. One user put it bluntly, saying, Tyler Perry being a gay man is the worst kept secret in Hollywood. I think a lot of us could tell for years. Another hit hard, saying, Tyler Perry is a billionaire. I'm sure he could find someone in his caliber that wants to be discreet that he can be himself with. This was a power move. He did it BC, he knew he could. Everybody yelling, taking a black man down, why can't black men in power stop doing stuff that would compromise them? So I gotta ask, are folks finally ready to face the truth about Tyler? If Christian Keys really got paid off, who else is out there keeping quiet? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like, share, and hit that notification bar so you don't miss any update in this messy, jaw-dropping case, because real talk, this storm is just warming up.